There are a few changes and new features in Google Classroom that I want to go over with you. First, you can either type in classroom.google.com or go up to the little Google Apps menu and find Classroom. These are rearrangeable, so yours might be in a different spot. Once you get to Google Classroom, you can either create your class by clicking on the plus, click Create Class. You must give it a name. You can give it a section or a subject if you wish, or go ahead and enter in the class that you've already created. You'll notice first the three tabs up top are slightly different. There's still the stream, but now there's a classwork tab and a people tab. The about tab has gone away. You will notice a little about over here in the bottom right hand corner, but if you click on that, all it does is give you your class code. It's not a place that you can house materials anymore, unfortunately. In the stream, from a student perspective, you'll see questions, assignments, and announcements. From a teacher's perspective, though, when you go to the little plus in the bottom right, you can only create announcements. This is not where you do assignments and questions anymore. The classwork tab is where you would go to do assignments and questions. They don't have the little plus in the bottom right-hand corner. There is now this create button. So when you click on create, this is where you can create assignments and questions. You can also create topics here. When you go to create an assignment, one new feature is that you can now change the point value right away. Before you had to go in and do that retroactively. So you can do that. You can also create your topics here. But the rest of that is pretty much the same. There is a new people tab. When you go to the people tab, this is where you can add co-teachers. So if you want a teacher to have access to your class, there's only one setting, one level of teacher. So they can do everything that you can do. You can also, for your students, once you have them in there, invite guardians. This does not give them access to the classroom. It just gives parents the option of getting a daily or weekly report or none at all. The report shows upcoming assignments, past due assignments, recently graded assignments, and any announcements that were shared. To get the class code, you can go up to the little settings wheel. Here you can get the code, and the first day you're having students join, display it, and you can go full screen so that students can see. If you don't like the code that was given to you, you can click reset, and it'll just give you a new one until you're happy with the code that you get. It doesn't have zeros and O's and ones and L's and things. You can also change the settings on the stream so that only the teacher can post. You might want to do that in the beginning and talk about the class expectations. I recommend having at least students be able to comment so that they can ask each other questions and answer and respond outside of class. Or you can make it so that students can post as well. Just keep in mind that if they're posting things, it will push down anything that you've shared in the stream. One other feature that is available to those of you that are using Chromebooks, there is a new feature that if you are giving a quiz using Google Forms through Classroom on a Chromebook, you can lock it. You'll have a little option to lock the quiz so that students are not able to go outside of that browser to look up answers. So those are the new features and changes that were made in Google Classroom.